The most overrated things that I have witnessed inside of the trading space. Oh boy, his camera's kind of messed up. I'm currently kind of sick. It is Saturday. Hope you guys are having a good weekend. I am now down, I think, around $18,000 this week overall in options, futures, everything. Not ideally what I wanted after having a $70,000 month in February. My biggest thing would be for you guys, just chill, kick back. This is a up and down game. This is not just a, meme coin trajectory where it's just continuously going up. I have red weeks, I have red months, I have green days, I have green months. It just plays out, man. And if you just do this correctly, if you believe in what you do, man, I always am going to win. People in the Discord, after having the best week of all time last week, I think we definitely made over $1 million. After this week, boom, instantly flipped back to just like, this sucks, I'm back at square one, which is okay. And this is just a pure example. NQ will always try to humble you. That being said, welcome to my overrated, and I included some underrated stuff too. We can kind of gauge back and forth. You can let me know in the comments if you really think I'm balling, because obviously I am right always. Subscribe and let's get right into it. The most overrated thing, every single mentor is always pushing you to do this, always. Backtesting. So overrated, man. Every single one of you guys are backtesting demons, man. Every single one of you guys will start a new strat that you found on YouTube, and you'll plug that bitch into, TradingView or FX Replay, and you'll just be a demon. You'll hit every single trade. You'll have a 90% win rate. You'll pass every funded account allegedly. But when it comes to actually trading, your ass. Someone who never really backtested when they first came up, and it costed me a lot of money. You guys know I came up trading options, so this was all my own money, just shoveling into the market, just burning it over and over again. I didn't backtest. I did not even know what that was at the time. And yes, it has gained popularity. And yes, I think it's a great tool for you guys to use. And especially when you're first starting off and messing around, it's basically just, instead of losing your own money, testing things, you just go back in time and, you just see how things worked. But problem is 95% of people that do backtest, what time of the month it was, who was president, what the news was that day, what the overall market sentiment going into it was. And that's okay. And from a, pure standpoint, yes, that's all trading is. But in reality, every single day we got Donald Trump saying some bullshit. We got Elon Musk doing pretty much everything but his Tesla stock. And the market has just been so choppy, so weird. And it hasn't been like it's been in the past, So even when you go to backtest and you backtest in December, October, September, whatever, the price action changes so frequently. Like this is price action that I've personally never seen before. And someone who's been in the markets for so long and seen price action unfold over the years. And right now, what we're going through, I've never seen price action move like this before. Closest comparison I would say is to COVID, and that is obviously something you can't backtest. So the problem is when you do backtest and everybody becomes backtest warriors is because you're trading price action that currently isn't available. It might not be as good or as bad as it was then. Everything moved different, trends moving different, candles are moving different. But if you're new to trading and you're kind of experimenting with a strategy, I do think it's okay. Alternative, paper trading. This is something that is way better than backtesting, because my difference between those two is I believe backtesting, again, going back in time and looking at charts printing out, paper trading is trading the market session of today just on fake money. That's way better. I would recommend that 10 times over, because it's just not mid. Apex sales, man. This is like the biggest meme in the funded account community, man. Every single week, man, these guys will drop 100% sale, 90% sale, 80% sale. And this is not sponsored, and nor do I want it to be, man. Me and Apex have not been getting along recently, but I've been really keen on I've been really interested in getting you guys know I do have a couple fundeds on here, and I was looking at fully maxing my stuff out, and every single week they got an 80% off sale, so I'm like, all right, bet. And then it almost would go out, and I almost thought about buying one, but I was just like, you know what, they're gonna drop another one. And what do you know? Right when that shit expires, boom, another 80% off sale. My entire trading career, especially in the futures realm, I've never seen Apex accounts be more than 80% less, or I've never seen Apex accounts be less than 80% off. It's just a troll, man, because it's just like, why can't the accounts just be cheap? Like, I mean, I guess it's a ploy, oh my gosh, Apex is 80% off. They're usually $500 and I can get one for 33. Guys, it's all just marketing. It's all just marketing. Back in the day, man, like, I remember Supreme Patty used to do this a lot, man. He had like clothes and stuff, and he would market them as free clothes. And you would go on his website, whatever, they'd be free, but then the shipping would be like $50. Like, it's just like, they're baiting you into thinking that it's cheaper than it actually is. And in reality, it's just, they're just, this is how much they are. They're $30. So overrated, bro. All right, hold on. I need to pop a pill. You guys know I've already voiced my opinion on this, but I will say this actually could have been a little bit worded better for me. My kind of question here was about models. So I could put ICT/models. If you guys trade a model, which again, my difference between a strategy and a model is a very clear, I need to see this in sequence to then take a trade. I think that's extremely overrated. And you know what? you know, I would much rather stop myself right here than try to debate this with you guys because it's not wrong. It's not wrong. In my opinion, I just think ICT concepts, that specific area is the most overrated ideology that has ever been introduced into the trading space. It is solely just herd mentality of you see someone else online that you think is doing better than you, whatever, doing it, I'm going to do that as well. And it has just kind of tech treed all the way down Rust reference the trading space, and now everybody just thinks it's something and it's not. The whole idea of ICT concepts is really ironic because it's supposed to be this kind of low-key tracking bank movements and watching how, you know, big hedge and whales move in the market. Well, unfortunately, if you want to trade that way, you probably shouldn't document your strategy and make it the most popular trading strategy online ever, if you're trying to be secret and track where these market makers are, because guess what? They definitely know at this point what to do and not to do to go undiscovered. I've been seeing this so much recently, bro, and it is actually so disgusting. The amount of people I've seen on TikTok framing, most of the time it's Top Step, framing their Top Step evals like their college degrees is actually so ridiculous, man. It is the most corny, down bad, you're poor thing you could probably ever do as a trader. If you guys want to be respected and want to be considered great at trading, you probably shouldn't go out of the way to frame your eval certificates. Payouts, still kind of goofy, but at least it's somewhat acceptable, you know, because at the end of the day, yes, you're at least rewarding yourself with some money. It's great to have as an achievement. If you are doing this, if you are taking certificates out and putting them on your wall or getting the little 3D glass certificate, bro, you are weird. There is no reason to be doing all that. If you are actually making money trading and having success with trading, bro, you are not doing that shit. If any of you guys right now have actually a funded certificate, do me a favor, unsubscribe. Let me speak. As someone who can clearly claim themselves as a full-time trader, let me tell you guys why this is extremely overrated. Everybody's goal is to become a full-time trader, but if you look at most traders, they do have some sort of side thing going on, and it's not because those people might not be making money trading, which again, most of them, you know, it really comes down to keeping your head out of the game, man. I've spent so much time diving into the markets full-fledged every single day, trying to make as much money as I can, taking as many trades as I can, losing as much as I can. It's extremely hard on your mental, and it's extremely hard to just keep going and keep doing this every day and have a passion when this is all you do. I would highly recommend all of you guys part-time trade, and there's nothing wrong with that. You don't need to full-time trade because it only takes you an hour to do this once you actually know how to trade. If you can have something that can take some stress off of trading in the money sector, especially if you're making money doing something else, it's going to make trading a lot easier because now you're not going to have that financial dependency that you really needed for trading. You can now have another stream, you know, where you can actually go and make that steady income, where trading can be that, you know, more volatile, higher numbers money, but you're also of course risking as just as much. Main thing for me is you guys just don't have to like strive to work as a full-time trader. It's not the life. You guys do not understand how this works. There's way too much free time. There's way too much stuff going on. If I wasn't making videos for something as little as me making videos, if I weren't doing this, now yes, I do make money, ad revenue, W Riz, but this takes up so much time in my day, and I love it, man. It is a hobby of mine, and I just get to tie it into my trading career. And guess what? That's something you should also try and do. Try and tie it all together so they don't, you know, step over each other. Trading and making trading content, very similar. I can do them at the same exact time, and they will not intervene each other. It's very easy for me to live and have this good work-life balance, but do not, you know, think about this as like, all right, I'm gonna get a couple of payouts, I'm gonna pass a couple of accounts, I'm gonna go full-time trading. You're going to want to die in 3 months. Let's look into some of the underrated trading topics. These are some things that I believe are undervalued, you know, things that could really get another step up into the... Kicking it off with number one, funded accounts. You guys are not seeing it. A lot of you guys will complain, you'll bitch, oh my gosh, like for example, Apex rules, oh my god, they have so many rules, bro, like what the heck, I'm never gonna pass an account. Brother, you paid $14 for the account, bro. You are going to get what you pay for every single time. I will give you guys a lot, be the right word, because this is not financial advice. Do not do this. There's other prop firms with different types of fundeds that may be more expensive. For example, there's expert accounts on a prop firm. There's like Pro Plus on another prop firm. Those are way more expensive up front, but guess what? You get a lot more leniency going forward. So if you consider yourself a good trader at that point, I would want you to dive into those accounts. If you're starting off and you're new, I would recommend you still just kind of mess around with those cheaper accounts. At that point, it's not about you making money. I've been doing a lot of one-on-ones recently, and every single time I will say to these guys, The money that you make from here to there is not going to collect in the next year. The money that you make from here to here after you actually know how to trade is going to probably be just as big, if not even more, than that whole process you took trying to get to this point. So right now, just don't even worry about the money. It's the experience, getting comfortable, understanding these rules. That's the main thing. When you get to the point where you actually feel you can trade consistently, make money, be confident in what you do, get these more expensive accounts. You know, maybe they're $400, $500, and I know that's a big bag, but you guys coming from an options background, that's how much I used to risk per trade, and even more sometimes. I would lose $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a day with options, and that hurt a lot more than me losing $13,000, $15,000 in a day trading futures, because of course that's still my real money. These are live accounts, but like that's like actual real money. Like that's my money that I put into it. $500 to get, you know, $150,000 in capital. Like you guys have to understand, like that is crazy, and in hindsight, not that big of a risk if you really are taking this as serious as you believe it to be. By the way, I just saw this. I typed in Steph trades, bro, and this is what came up: the dangers of using TikTok for financial advice. By the way, I do not give off financial advice. I trade live. I show my P&L. I go on TikTok. I pass funded accounts live. I go on TikTok at night, pass funded accounts streaming. Every trade that I take personally, I alert. The last 2 weeks, though, there was a couple days where I did like night trading and I didn't alert them. But most of the time, like 95% of the trades I take, I alert. If I wasn't doing this, they would have found out already. All right, bro, here we go, man. I don't want to tell you guys about this because I'm not your father and you've probably had this talk already, but you guys have to kind of at one point start to diverse yourself a little bit over, you know, thinner margins, but bigger time frame. If you guys are shit at trading and you consider yourself a shit futures trader, if you go on long term and you start investing, I guarantee you'd be a dog. Everybody that's trading has such a high standard in the short term, but guess what, bro? You go into long term, you literally buy pretty much anything over time, especially in the index area. Over time, you are really going to see those profits grow. You're going to start to, you guys are holding, oh, you know, put in 10, you're going to see 10% every year. You'll be a millionaire by your 40 if you just put $100 in a week. And some of that has some truth. Some of that, of course, you know, is kind of spectacle. Who knows what's going to happen? Skeptical. Who knows what's going to happen down the line in the future? But for the most part, from historically, from the time that the stock market has ever existed, if you just buy long-term index funds, you should see a pretty handsome return over a long period of time. But of course, every single one of you guys wants an M4 competition, you know, once every month or two. And I understand it's a lot for you guys to put that money aside and make some money. But hey, you guys got to think about eventually down the line, your kids, your wife, your whole pretty much adult life, you're going to have to see some money come in and some retirements get set up, so there can be a point where you can stop, you know, working a job or whatever. Biggest recommendation with this short-term money that you make, these profits that you do make, maybe take those profits from the short-term investing, throw it into your long-term and kind of let it sit back and make some more money for you while you ain't doing nothing. Greatest news website of all time, man. Forex Factory every single morning. If you know what happened to VC, man, we got the news set up. That shit drops like within 10 seconds. We get all the information we can off this. One little life hack, by the way, if you are new to futures trading on Forex Factory, this is where we look at our news. So if you filter by USD, you'll only see USD news for the day, red folders, orange folders, yellow folders, whatever the outcome is, whatever color it is the opposite impact on the stock market, because this is a Forex website. Good for currency is bad for the stock market. So usually if there's a news format that comes out and it's green, that actually is bearish for what we trade. Something else that I need to put on the overrated list, but we'll get into it in 1 second, bro. If you guys are on TikTok and you do not follow the Unemployed Trader News, man, greatest TikTok page in the trader space, bro. It is carrying the trading space. It is the first place that I've seen one account not pick sides, not play off one or another, you know, leave people out, bro. These guys will just, whoever's running this account, I love you so much. This is my favorite account. I've never done like a shout out like this before, but if you are on TikTok and you like trading, wait, that even says me, Steph trades first. I don't know. All right, whatever. Fuck off, bro. Bro, there's so many clown videos. And the fact that new traders, like I'm thinking about it now, that go into trading, trade, NQ, man, it is just such a bad setup, bro. That thing will take everything that you love. It is way too quick. It has way too many points. Underrated. Red days, man. You guys have to start thinking about this, man. These are the days where you actually learn something and you actually feel something. When you have green days, yes, obviously there is that high of, you know, praise of emotions. You feel great, but you kind of just get off the charts and you just enjoy your day. Now, of course, that's great and we love to see that, but red days, man, you know that feeling you get kind of in your gut where it's just like, like you can make $1,500 in a day, but you end the day $500, $600, $700 down. You just feel like, Like, it just sucks so bad. And especially in the beginning, man, like, I still deal with this stuff, which is, something I want you guys to understand is I'm always learning and I'm always improving. It's not like I'm at the end goal. I make a decent amount of money. There's always people making more than me, and that's not my goal to be making $100 million a day. But, I obviously want to keep climbing up the ladder. My thing would be for you guys to understand is that most of the time, the red days are where you're actually going to learn something and actually improve. It's one of those things where it's like, hey, if I can learn from this, let me change something and make sure this doesn't happen again. That's how you eliminate red days. When I eliminate red days, and when people come to me and they're like, yo, I need to stop having red days. No, bro, that's not how this works. No matter how many mentors you have or how much time you take to build a strategy, you're going to have red days. It's about managing them, making sure the red days aren't ginormous, making sure they're very similar to your green days, if not a little bit lighter, of course, and making sure that, again, those trades that you take, those losses that you do have on the day, you can look back and say, hey, man, when you go back and replay that thing right before you got in the trade, the setup was fire. You couldn't have done anything better. And just like on your green days, man, once you click that button, once you have the setup, there's nothing that you can do differently that you did right there that is going to change the outcome of the market. We don't move the market. We just are kind of little fish in the sea. We got to just play our side, give ourselves the best chance, and make sure that we can make money in the long term. That is it. Hope you like this video. Subscribe. I am just shit posting at this point. I love YouTube. I'm trying to just get more consistent. 100K on the way one day. Hopefully, I don't know, whatever. Love you guys. I'm down 18K this week. I want to die. I love you guys so much. Subscribe.